What is up, YouTube? Game888 here, and today for you guys I'm going to do a test hand video again. It's been a while, work has been a bitch, and yeah, working a lot together with a baby in the house. Some of you might know it, you don't find a lot of time to do videos like these, but I'm gonna try and do some more videos, I guess. I also have a video standing like just there on my computer. Duel between me and a friend who's playing Sky Striker, but the duel was like really one-sided. I don't really know if you want me to upload it because it's still kind of a duel, but it's like game 1 is just combo wombo, and game 2 I break his board pretty easily and go combo wombo. So I don't know how teachful that is, but some of you might actually want to see the board that you're trying to make against Sky Striker, so there's always that. Hit me up in the comments down below if you want to see that duel, yes or no. I'm not really sure how much it'll influence any of you. So yeah, there's always that. I'm gonna try and do a locals pretty soon, like maybe a couple of 2 weeks maybe or something. And I'm gonna ask if I can film my matches, so that way I can upload those. Those might actually be better. But yeah, that's all in the future, and I just hope to realize that, so yeah. For this video, it is the build that you've seen in the latest deck profile. Only thing that has changed about the main deck is that I'm main decking the Zephyr Nui and the Zephyr Divine Strike. I am testing them out at the moment, and I've cut the Archfiend Eccentrics for it because, well, you don't really want to see or open the Zephyr Nui or the Divine Strike because, well, they're bricks per se, and you want to surge them. You could draw into the Zephyr Nui, that might make things easier, but they are just as much bricks as the Eccentrics are turn 1, like your opening turn, so that's the reason I swapped those out. The thing I'm debating on though is if I want to add Zephrat, 1 or 2 copies, and maybe the field spell or Zephrat Path, like a mini Zephrat engine, just because of the fact that it's actually easier to get to the Zephyr Nui that way, not having to use the Electromite for it. So I'm really thinking about that, and if I do find the correct ratios, I'm going to upload that on my channel as well. But I'm still working on that, so yeah, there's always that. So yeah, for the first video, for the first combo, let's see, the first test hand. Chronograph, Pot of Desire, Servant is already looking really promising. Second Chronograph, and the Master of Magic himself. It's actually like a really good hand. I have nothing to say about that, so yeah, let's go into it. I'm going to activate the Servant. Chronograph in the scale gives it 1 counter. A green die for the Servant because it's a wind. Using the Chronograph's effect. And right here what I'm going to do to play around impermanence, at least, is I'm going to special the Time Gazer. Use the Chronograph's effect in my hand, so I can special summon it together with the Mighty Master of Magic. So I'm going to put my Endymion right here. At this point, I'm going to use Desires. I'm going to banish 10, draw 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna look what I banished first because I know how this goes. So the only thing that worth to mention that I banished is actually the one Destrudo, because I can't use that for my combo, but everything else is still in the deck, so it's pretty fine. So these are banished. Cards I draw are Spell Power, Mastery, and Dragon Shrine. It's actually really good draws. Only sad that I banished a Destrudo, but, well, those things happen, of course. At this point, what do I want to do? I'm gonna go with Spell Power, Mastery. I'm going to search a second copy of Servant. And thanks to the effect of the Mastery, I'm going to put a counter on a card that can hold a counter, which is the Endymion Mighty Master of Magic. And thanks to a spell resolving, my Servant gets another counter as well. Now right here, I'm going to use my Servant because I really want that Electromite. I'm going to put Servant right here with this counter, and I'm going to summon a Jackal King from the deck. Now the thing I always do is I summon my Jackal King underneath the extra monster zone because you want to keep it while the Electromite is on the field. And because you want to summon in the corner zones from the Electromite, you're going to have to diverge your place with the Jackal. So you're going to put the Jackal underneath the Electromite. Now right here you have the reason I didn't put the Endymion underneath the other zone as well is because you're gonna make a Guard Dragon play on the other zone, and you need the Aggro Pain pointing downwards, not pointing to anything else. So yeah. Right here, Chronograph and Time Gazer. The fact that I had Time Gazer on the board also means that the Servant couldn't get Ogres, so your play was practically safe from Ogre and from Jackal King and from Impermanence. So you only had to really fear the Ash maybe, but yeah, there's always that, and then you have the Electromite to go from there. Of course, if they have the Ogre Den as well, yes, stuff happens, but yeah. In general, you're pretty safe from that, so yeah. Now, do remember we still have our normal summons, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link away these two. I'm going to make Electromite. So, Electromite on top of Jackal King, as I said. And I'm going to use Electromite's effect. Now I have to see. I don't have Harmonizing, so I can't really go into my Ignister play, go from there. And I don't have a dragon yet. So at this point I really want a dragon for the Guard Dragon plays. So I'm going to send my Darkworm to the extra deck. Now if I hadn't banished the Strudo, I could actually send it with the Dragon Shrine and play the Guard Dragon combo that way. So I wouldn't have needed to send the Darkworm here. I could just send the Zephyranui. But sadly, like, I didn't. So yeah. Right now, I'm going to scale my Servant of Endymion, which gives 2 additional counters to my Jackal King. So right now, it is pretty safe to use Electromite without having counters on your Servant. So yeah. Let's see. What did I banish, just in case? Don't want to misplay for you guys. I'm going to use Electromite, popping the Servant in the scale to add the Darkworm to my hand, and I'm going to draw a card. The card I draw is Pendulum Call. This is actually pretty nice because that means that we can do an entirely different play right now because we have, well, we have a way to get to scales as well. So yeah, we didn't really need to Pendulum at all, but now we can, so that's awesome. We're going to normal summon the Darkworm. I'm going to Surge Gate 0. I really can't believe that play actually worked out because what I should have done is probably pop the Servant in my pop the Servant and get the high scale. The Chronograph, that would have been way safer. I don't really know why I brought back the Darkworm just to get the Gate 0. What I really should have done is probably pop this Servant, so yeah, the one on the field. But hey, it all worked out. No worries. Right here, I'm going to Pen Call. I'm going to discard the Dragon Shrine because we really don't need it. I don't think there are many dragons left in the deck, so. And I'm going to be picking up Oath Dragon and Blackfang. And before we're going to Pendulum Summon, I'm actually, well, this goes to 5 of course, I'm going to do my Guard Dragon combo already. Just because of the fact that you can, so why not? Just go into LP. And then right here you're going to use the Electromite with the Servant to make Triple Burst. using the LP's effect. We still have Dragon, so we don't have to worry about that. I am going to summon the Luster right here, just because I'm not going to summon Ignister in my first turn anyway, and that way the Aether remains in the decks for the Heretic Seal, which is always a plus point. Let's see. I'm going to make Agripain. With Agripain, we're special summoning the Vortex Dragon. Now, if you don't want to be too weak against Super Polymerization, you can always swap out the Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon for a Hope Harbinger Dragon or a Crystal Wing. Right now, I am actually testing the Hope Harbinger because it has way more uses than just a monster negate from Crystal Wing. This can redirect attacks after you've stolen one of the spells that they play, which is always convenient. Like, you have the Heretic Seal right after this, so if you can negate one spell card and you take it, you can actually redirect attacks away from your Heretic Seal, so the Heretic Seal is just safe, and that's also a valid option. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that it's better than the Crystal Wing. So right here, going to link away, and we're going to go back to the other extra monster zone, because right now on the left side for you guys is the Vortex Dragon and the Endymion, so you're kind of stuck there, and you would only be able to Pendulum Summon one from the extra deck. But right now, like, shit be crazy, yo. You have the Black Fang, you have the Dragon Magician, and you can just Pendulum Summon 2 from the extra deck. You don't even need your hand. The gate 0 that's in your hand, it can stay there, it can rest, it can do whatever it wants. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to Pendulum Summon 2. I am thinking though, because with the cards that are in my hand, I can't even make a rank 4 or a Synchro 7. So the only thing I can actually make would be, what's it called? Would be an Ignister, which is kind of dull during the opponent's turn. So I'm going to keep it on these negations, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to Pendulum Summon one Servant of Endymion, just because I can use its effect during the opponent's turn to give my cards more counters. Like the Jackal King, the Endymion, and the Servant could get counters. And I'm going to keep one zone free to summon the Aether. So I'm just going to keep it on this field, which is actually enough. You don't need more, and that's actually nice. So if I do still have a Magician in my extra deck, so I'm going to get that to my hand with the Dragon Magician, and that way you have 2 cards in your hand and you have a full field. So it's actually way better to end like this than to try and extend and put another monster on the board. I did get more counters on the Jackal King because of the 2 scales, so I am at 9 counters on the Jackal King and 1 on the Master Magician. The fun thing right here is that as soon as your opponent's turn is coming, you can discard one of the cards in your hand for the Servant effect, give all your cards more counters, and just be safer from everything. Like, if you give your Servant another counter, you can bounce it for your Endymion's effect, which is a really good thing because you don't have to bounce itself. This card can stay on the field and just be a threat, so yeah. That's it for the first hand. I really like it. I had an option for the Nibiru play. The Dark Rule No More play would kind of screw me over right here. I have the Zephyr engine, and this is what I meant with like that I might run a little bit more of a Zephyr engine. The thing right there is just like sometimes you have to send something else than the Zephyr Nui. If you want to do your Guard Dragon combo, you want to have harmonizing, stuff like that, then you can't go for the Zephyr play, and you really need that Divine Strike. And sure, like at the end, I could summon 2 monsters, go for an entire Orcus play, but the fact remains you have to put so many cards into your extra deck. You have to have a Nightmare Phoenix, you have to have Nightmare Mermaid, and at least Galatea. Like that's 3 card minimum just to get to 1 trap card from your deck. The downside there is, of course, that you still don't have Dingirsu, so which you could also be playing. but like the minimal is 3 cards extra deck, and I just don't want to devote my extra deck to that. Like, I want to have the versatility to have the Super Poly play against Thunder Dragon, because that deck is just bonkers. And I just prefer the versatility way more than having the Orcus engine in there. So I rather go a little bit more plus in the main deck. But we're going to see that, I think, pretty soon. I'm trying to work it out, and pretty soon I'll probably get an idea, and I'll just go for that. So yeah. Alright, second hand. Let's well, power shuffle first, because I know what these hands do if you don't power shuffle. Then you end up drawing Gate 0, Double Jackal King, Time Gazer, and Cerberus. Yay. Best 5-card hand ever. Now, you might have noticed, like, the first hand also played completely around Thunder Dragon. Like, if they had a Colossus on the field, like, I didn't have a single search card, which was actually awesome. So yeah, I really don't like the search cards just because of that. And sure, the deck loses a little bit of its consistency maybe, but you don't auto lose to Thunder Dragon, so that's also a thing. So second hand. Oh my god. Well, we're actually gonna do this again. So let's see. Spell Power Mastery. Well, alright, we lose to Colossus right here with this one. But let's see what we get. So, Servant. And we're going to immediately scale it. Chronograph in the scale, giving it a counter. Using Chronograph's effect, summoning Time Gazer from the deck. This is quite the same that I did last time, so... I'll summon it here. I'm gonna go for Upstart. Gonna draw. And it's harmonizing. Oh, I'm actually liking that. Oh, this goes here. It's the second one. And then for the third one, I'm going to scale Chronograph Sorcerer. We're always safe. Like if they ash this, you still have low and high scale, so you're not going to be mad. Servant effect. Special summoning it. Now I'm thinking what I want to do. Like, I'm going to try and show you guys the other combo that I made. So this could actually work out pretty good this way. Thing I'm going to do is I'm going to summon the Jackal King underneath the other extra monster zone this time, and I'm going to play on this end of the table. Now you're going to see why. So we're going to scale up. Bringing this to 3. It's really important because you're going to link away that Servant, and that way you don't have enough counter for the Jackal King to counter an Nibiru play. So you or a Ghost Ogre on your Electromite. So you really want that. So right now we're going to go with Electromite, and Electromite's effect is going to send Zefranui. Now, as you guys have seen, I really don't have a guard dragon play. Like, I don't have any dragons, I don't have Dragon Caller Magician in my deck at all. But we're still going to do this. So, right now, I actually already have everything that I need. So, I don't really need to use my Electromite right here for its effect. But I certainly can. But, so let me think for a while. I'm going to put that there. Summon something there. Yeah, I can definitely do it like that. So I'm not going to go for the draw first because it might wreck what I want to do, like drawing the Strudo. Or the counter trap, that would be devastating. So yeah, I'm going to Pendulum Summon first, and I'm going to summon the Zefranui right here. I'm going to summon any monster, I don't really care which one. Time Gazer Magician in this case. Harmonizing. And that's my Pendulum Summon. So at this point I'm going to go Harmonizing Chainlink 1, Zefranui Chainlink 2. I'm getting the counter trap. Well, our draw would have been Super Polymerization, so I don't really mind. Zephyr Divine Strike in our hand, and with the Harmonizing we're special summoning the Purple Poison Magician. Now, this is where the fun part comes in, because I'm just going to go plus right now. I'm going to go Heavy Metal Foes Electromites effect, and I'm going to pop a card. So I'm going to destroy the Supreme King Gate 0, and I'm going to add Servant of Endymion to my hand. I haven't had a normal summon yet, so this could come in handy as a normal summon later on in the turn. And of course, with Electromites effect, I get a draw. I didn't want to draw the Strudo. Like, seriously? I just said it. I even said it. I just can't draw the Strudo and the Divine Strike. Seriously? Why? Oh well. Let's just go. You shouldn't be drawing the Strudo there. Like, seriously. This card should just be another plus, but right now, yeah. I mean, whatever, right? So the thing we're going to do is we're going to summon Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, right here. And look how nice it is. Oh my god, I love that card. It's just so pretty. So Appaloosa hits the field. I'm going to put a die on it, number 3, meaning it has 3 negates, 2400 attack. It is its original attack, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, the original attack of this card becomes 800 times the material, so it has 3 materials, 2400 attack, it can negate 3 monster effects, and you still have the Jackal King, which can negate something in a chain. So if they go like monster effect, you're trying to negate it, and they ogre it, you can go Jackal King negate that as well. So keep in mind though, Appaloosa only negates, it doesn't destroy. So if it's a monster on the field or a danger in the hand, it won't get destroyed, and they can just do it again if they please. So that would be kind of devastating for you guys. I don't want you to make that misplay. So at this point, I'm gonna go into Ignista, which really might seem weird because going into Ignista when you're going first is mind-blowing because that's such a weird play. But yeah, I'm gonna go with its effect, and I'm going to summon Luster Dragon from the deck. Now the fun thing right here. Wait, I'm thinking. Shouldn't I have summoned these the other way around? Nah, I don't care. I really don't care. The reason why is because this starts the Guard Dragon play, so Luster is going to go away, and you're going to get an LP. Now at this point you have 2 markers pointing to the same zone, so you can go LP effect where you summon the Strudo. Yeah, right? Let's see, I'm just gonna summon another Dark Worm. It's just another card out of the deck, right? And since I didn't have a Dark Worm, if we hadn't drawn the Gate 0 right here in the beginning, I could have searched Gate 0. But yeah, I would have been another plus. Right now I'm gonna go with the Dark Worm and the Ignista, and I'm linking those away for Aggerpain. Aggerpain effect, since you still have 2 monsters pointing to the same zone, you can just go and summon your Vortex there. Now this is also fun because if they ogre your Aggerpain, you still get a summon, because you still have 2 zones. That's actually kinda important sometimes. Right here, link away your 2 Guard Dragons. Not into the Heretic Sphere, because if you go into the Heretic Sphere, this thing cannot activate when it's not in the extra monster zone, so this wouldn't be useful at all. The thing you're going to make here is your Triple Burst Dragon, because your Triple Burst still has an effect during the damage step. If your opponent activates anything during the damage step, you can negate it with the Triple Burst, so it's actually convenient to have it. I love to make the Triple Burst in the middle because it points to the side of the Jackal. Should the Jackal be destroyed, you still have your 3rd link marker. So that would be a thing. So we're making the Triple Burst right here. And now, because we actually drew to the Strudo, like it's a thing, we're going to normal summon Servant, use the Strudo on the Servant, and then we can still make a Dragster. So this goes to the bottom. It's actually quite sad because if we hadn't drawn it, would have been another card, would have been a plus. But yeah. So Dawn Dragster. And set Zephyr Divine Strike. Now if you've paid attention, we were safe from Nibiru like all the time. We had the Jackal King with 3 counters on the field, and as soon as we had our Pendulum summon, even if the opponent would have tried to lure out the Jackal King so you can go Nibiru, so they can go Nibiru, you're going to summon the Appaloosa right after. So right then and there, you still have negates for that Nibiru, and that's actually key. So yeah. The next thing I want to talk about, Dark Ruler No More. You have your out into Zephyr Divine Strike, so that's also really good. The upside of a field like this is if you draw really good and you can accumulate a lot of counters on the Jackal King, and you can have the Endymion in your hand, like the random draw from the Strudo could have been the Endymion, like who knows, right? If you didn't have Spell Power Mastery in the beginning, you could have drawn Spell Power Mastery, maybe Desires, rank up those counters even more. And if you scale the Endymion right there, you can just lower this amount, summon the Endymion, and you have another negate, and you don't have to worry about not having a zone to summon something from the Heretic Seal afterwards, because, well, you end on Appaloosa, you don't end on the Heretic Seal. But yeah, that is the end board. If you counted up how many negates you have a possible negate in the triple burst. It is possible, like against Sky Striker, it's actually a thing that could happen. There are a couple of examples in the metagame these days, so it isn't weird. If your opponent has a Thunder deck and they have Colossus and you try to destroy it in the damage step, like in the battle phase, this thing can negate the monster that is banished, that thing's effect. Like, not the protection effect, but the effect that's coming afterwards can be negated by the triple burst, which is also really important. You have a monster negate from the Jackal King, so that's 4 monster negates. You have the Dragster, you have Allies Vortex Dragon, and last but not least, you have the Zephyr Divine Strike. Mostly there for the Dark Ruler No More, but as a last resort, like if you've used all your negates, like what's stopping you from doing this? Like what are you going to do? Activate Dark Ruler No More after? I really don't think so. Like you've used all your negates anyway, so that's actually pretty good. Next turn, like if they can't break this board, you have the Triple Burst Dragon, which you can tribute with its own effect to special summon your Electromite back from the graveyard. And if you summon it right here, you still have your zone from the Appaloosa. You get your draw from turn, which is the Black Fang Magician. So that's always nice. You have a high scale, which means that with the Electromite, you can pop the Chronograph, get a high scale, get a low scale, apologies, like whichever I want. Servant seems best, and you get a draw. So the thing that happens is right here, you see it already. You're gonna end with the Servant, the Black Fang. You get 4 more counters on your Jackal King, and you're pendulum summoning another Jackal King from your hand because you just drew Godly. You can normal summon this over the Electromite and just pendulum summon anything from your extra deck. Even like you just don't care anymore. It's the fields that you're going to make are bunkers. It's really good. But yeah, that's it for these 2 test hands. I'm actually really happy because I got to show off both sides of my combos. I hadn't done the second one yet because well, truth be told, I've only found it a couple of days ago. I love the combo though, so yeah, I'm really happy that I got to show it to you guys. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys liked it. Click like, subscribe to my channel for more videos. Sometimes I do combo hands and I show them on my Facebook page, so definitely try at least to check that out. And then I hope you guys liked it. So yeah, see you in the next video. Ciao.